Welcome, friends. I am starting to make some more videos for you all because I love writing my Instagram and Facebook posts, my LinkedIn posts to really give you guys practices that help you in your everyday life. And I created a post yesterday of a couple ways to get out of a funk. I'll give you a little personal story, but I woke up the other day and I just felt not my best. I felt bloated. I just felt a little foggy in the mind and just wasn't feeling too hot. So at that point, I knew I had really two choices. I could, number one, continue to feel the bloating, dwell on the day, not enjoy the things I had to do for the rest of the day, or I could implement some of my practices. And these are the times where we have to implement the practices. So I have 5 kind of steps, although they're not necessarily all in order, but I know that these will help you in your daily life. So number 1 is acknowledge that you have these feelings. Acknowledge what's coming up for you. If you really think about it, it is awesome that we can have these feelings, that we can notice what's going on in our body. And it's okay to not feel 100% all the time, because we need those moments of, extreme happiness and joy. We also need those moments that show us the opposite side of the coin, or maybe we're upset or frustrated, because we need both sides of the coin to understand both sides of the coin and to understand the coin as a whole. So we need this yin and yang. So acknowledge, be grateful that you can feel it. Number 2 is implement your practices, redirect your energy, because a lot of the time it's your attention that's going to the thing, and then that thing is growing. There's a quote, and I think that I'm going to say it right, but it is, energy goes where your attention flows, or attention goes where your energy flows. And that really is what happens. So if I continue to feel bloated, I might have made poor eating decisions during that day to just further perpetuate how I was feeling. So implement a couple of your practices. For me, it was going to my journal, really writing down what I am grateful for. It was going for a walk. It was practicing Kundalini yoga. And it was getting out of that funk. But make this your own. Make this for you. It needs to be your practice. Number 3 is to notice any shifts. After you do these practices, notice what's happening. How do you feel? And they might be small. It might not be like, ah. It might be, I'm feeling a little bit lighter, a little bit less foggy than I did earlier. Great. There's a shift there. And keep focusing on these small little things, because they're going to grow and grow and grow. Number 4, remember that you are human. You're human. We're not always going to have these perfect days, these perfect moments. It's not always what happens. So it's okay to feel the feelings. We don't need to suppress and pretend that that's not there. No, feel it. Because the awareness is what's going to help you move past that and shift. Shifting your attention, shifting your energy, shifting how you feel mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally. And lastly, maybe take stock of what could have brought up that emotion, that feeling. For me, I had 2 nights of going out to eat where I had really, really salty food and maybe a glass of wine too many. And that's what, helped me bring myself to where I was, feeling a little bloated. Maybe you have a conversation with someone, or maybe you're hanging out with people who do not serve you and do not uplift you. You can feel that emotionally and mentally. So take stock of what might have occurred that made you feel the way that you're feeling when you're feeling a little funky. So I hope that these 5 simple steps can really help you and aid you in your life when you're just feeling not your hottest, because let's be honest, it happens to all of us. But this is really when we need to integrate these practices and these strategies and these principles to bring us back to who we really are, because it's always within. We just have to remember and bring ourselves back there.